everybody, it's Madison Schill here with First Look at Fashion Nation TV. It's World MasterCard Fashion Week and it's Spring-Summer 2014. So what that means is, as the weather gets chilly and as we get a little bit of the winter blues, we're going to have a little bit of an escape this week here in Toronto. It's the collections from one of the best designers in Canada, such as David Dixon, Joe Fresh, Rudsack, and Target. And we're going to see a lot of new up-and-comers as well. And I'm so excited to show you all the action. Let's go. We are at day one of World MasterCard Fashion Week. First up, we have a wonderful designer for you, Beaufille. Here's my colleague, Lolitta Dandoy, covering all the action.
So Beaufille is Chloe Comparis. The girls decided to change their name, to start brand new, and we're very excited to see what they're going to present to us. So obviously everybody wants to know about the name change. How did this happen? How did we go from Chloe Comparis to Beaufille?
We reached a point where I think Chloe and I felt like we wanted to become more specific in our line and really do a bigger outreach and expansion with it. And we just didn't feel like Chloe Comparis was what we wanted anymore.
And what does Beaufille mean? What does it stand for?
It stands for handsome girl.
That's what it actually means, but to us, a handsome girl kind of is something you don't really hear about. It's unusual. It's two things coming together that don't usually. So that kind of represents our brand on a deeper level.
And the collection you presented today, what was your main inspirations for this specific collection?
The inspiration started with Michelle Pfeiffer's character in Scarface, Elvira Hancock.
And then we kind of clashed that with the Renaissance because we were rebranding, and kind of the Renaissance is the rebirth of, you know, art, culture, and everything going on in Europe. So we felt like it was the perfect thing to contrast it with. So you see like kind of the mobster wife in like the cuts and the look, and then it's decorated with Renaissance details.
Coming up next is Kim Imran's classic timeless collection, Pink Tart.
What was the inspiration behind your collection this season?
Well, I love Dee Dee Sedgwick, but in a modern day setting and not so sad. But I love that she was glamorous and an it girl. And I loved that whole kind of like taking a little bit of everyday, ordinary things that we look at and making it art, which was Andy Warhol's whole vision and the flowers, the tennis ball color. So I was incorporating it in my own sort of way.
And what would be your favorite look of the
I
show?
love the black dress at the end, just because I feel like that is such a great evening piece, and it's so understated.
At the same time, exactly. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. We're finishing the night, obviously, with an iconic designer, David Dixon.
Yes.
What can you tell us about this look? And I can see here that the eyebrows are still there. We still have a big eyebrow.
We do. I mean, she naturally has like big brows, but we just brush them through. On the eyes, we have a mix of like bronzes and corals to really accentuate just that pop of color on the eye. And then the lash line is defined with a bit of eyeliner, mascara on the top and bottom to make them look, very pretty and polished. And then on the cheeks, we have like rosy, corally, dewy cheeks, also with a rosy, corally lip. When you look at this makeup, like I said, nothing is screaming out at you as like a statement, but it's really just an overall really pretty look. I mean, David Dixon does pretty so well that I think just the makeup should accentuate that.
Hey everybody, it's Madison and Schill with Fashion Nation TV, and here we are closing out day 1 of World MasterCard Fashion Week with who else but runway regular, Mr. David Dixon himself.
What was your inspiration this season?
For spring 2014, it all actually started from a book, a children's book called On the Night You Were Born by Nancy Tillman. And it talks about how special we are. And I remembered myself playing with my Barbies and making clothes out of, tissue paper and doilies and paper and all that sort of thing. And then all of a sudden I thought, okay, well, my collection should have that sort of essence. Like, okay, it's not doilies, it's laser cut lace, and tissue paper is now chiffon. So, and it's about all that sort of mixing and matching and thinking like a child.
Can you say that you had like a favorite look during this collection?
One of my favorite looks is a clean white coat. I've always liked that, seeing that woman, whether it's spring or winter, that sort of crisp white topper coat. But I also just loved the idea of a simple dress too. Like it doesn't have, as long as the fabric's interesting and there's a conversation. Because sometimes my goal as a designer is really to make women feel wonderful, but it's also to create conversation as well.
I'm Lolitta Dandoy for Fashion Nation TV. I hope you enjoyed the first night with us. I think we had a lot of great fashion, very different fashion, some cool, very edgy looks at Beaufille. We witnessed the modern women at Pink Tartan, and we dreamed a lot with David Dixon. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what's in store for us in the rest of the week. And now I'm going to bed.